One thing that I'm going to be really stressing is something that, like I said, my higher self, Jesus, the divine, I call it the Godhead too, is that we can talk about all of this ascension stuff. We can talk about raising our vibration. We can want to have all the clairs, the clairvoyance, clairaudience. We can be healers. We can learn about light language. We can want all of this stuff. What's really underneath all of it? What I'm going to take everybody back to basics in this show. And that's what I want to do here today and throughout this whole inner sanctuary community, is to take us back to the basics. And what do I mean by that? We want to know our higher self. Sometimes we don't even know what that is. Where is it? It seems to be this big luminous thing that's a mystery. It's mysterious. I don't know where it is. I don't know where to find it. Never heard of the higher self. My parents didn't teach me that. Didn't learn it in school. But basically what we're going to be talking about and learning over the coming months is, do you ever hear of the Holy Spirit? When I say the word Holy Spirit or Elohim, what is that? How does that feel in your heart? To me, it stirs my heart like nothing else. Elohim, Adonai, holiness, sacredness. This is you. This is what lives in here. It's already us. We don't have to search anywhere. We can listen to all the talk shows we want. We can listen to all the seminars, but we got to come out of here and bring it down 18 inches into the heart, because this is where we find it. And this is where we're going to start. Because you know why? All that other stuff is going to follow. You want light language? Good. Start here. You want to be more intuitive? Good. Start here, because this is where it comes from. This is where it's all generated from, is that heart space, from the Holy Spirit, from the Elohim that is here. And when you really truly feel into that, there's nothing more rich. There's no where we have to search for love. There's no more searching. Get to that, and to maybe allow ourselves some worthiness. We're going to clear some blocks today. Clear some blocks too. I see you going like this. Yeah, it's good stuff. Because the Elohim, God, the divinity, has been just laying that upon my heart all month. Well, like I said, what we're going to do today is a little different. We're not going to be calling in guides. We're going to call in you. We're going to call in that higher self. That's all we're going to work with today. Because this is training for mastery. This is the only way to do it. So everybody just start by taking a deep breath into your belly. Let your shoulders drop. A lot is already clearing. Whew, I think your higher selves are doing some of that for you. Let's just call it our hearts. Let's just call it our holy self. Just feel into your heartbeat and your breath. Let anything that's bothered you today, even the lack of sleep, any agitation, irritation, wondering if you're ascending or not, wondering if someone has affected your field, if you have entities, let all that go. It's not why we're here today. Yeah, there we go. You can feel things shifting, clearing from your spines already, because we're just going to be present. That's all there is to do. And of course, you're going to come out of your head pretend there's an elevator up in your mind. And you're going to go in it, and the door is going to close. And you're going to go down and down through your neck, down into your heart, through your chest, through your lungs, and down into your heart. Down into your belly. Sometimes the heart is a little scary place to look at because we're also where we hide our hurt. But for right now, those little painful quirks are just going to sit to the side for right now. We're going to take care of them. It's all okay. Just going to be with the beating of our heart, and also knowing that within that heart is that flickering flame of love. We experienced that last week. We ignited that flickering flame of love within our heart and expanded it. And we filled our whole body, every cell of our body, with a flame. And then those flames expanded and grew. And then they touched each other and grew into one big light that is you. And then we expanded it outside of our bodies. So in this place of being pure light, we're going to come back into that heart space now. Knowing that that light is not just a light. It's a force of love. It's the force of love that was born in you. And the things we're talking about today, this is the way of spirit. This is the way of God. You want to know what God feels like? You're there, right there. Another deep breath. I'm really gently now. You're releasing so much. I'm going to go to your spines from that amygdala. And in fact, I'm going to start up in the brain. And start gently pulling down some of those frequencies, some of the patterning that we no longer need. I'm just going to, you can do this right along with me if you want. Just imagine your energy field just outside your head, just outside your spine, your neck, your lower back, your hips. And we're just going to kind of soothe that energy that you see behind your head, your neck, and your spine. And we're just gently going to pull out some of those energies, those frequencies that aren't you anymore because of your growth, your stories that you no longer need. Telling yourself it's safe to just let them go now. It's safe to let go of those stories. Yeah, we got this. There we go, all the way down that tailbone, lower back, just releasing. It's good. I'm spiraling out a lot of energy from that lower back, that second, third chakra even. Clearing out that whole hip carriage. But right above the sacrum, that's a universal spot for you that are here today and those listening to the recording. Right there is where they have me stop. Your higher self has had me stop and look there. So I'm going to tune in and see what that spot is because it's a block. What are we blocking? Okay, number one, I'm feeling a fear of just even being in the world. It's scary. Don't feel safe. Because there's that piece and part of us, that sacred self, that holy being that is you, remembers the clarity, the beauty, the purity, and the love before they came here. So those memories run latent within you. They're not gone. But this is what's emerging now, is the remembrance of that light and love, the peace, the joy, the contentment, and the safety, the sanctuary. That is you. So We don't have to search for it. It's right there. What we're going to do is remove the things that lay on top of it, what you might call your blocks, patterning, programming, trauma, emotional pain, physical pain, illness, disease, things that we've created and picked up from our lifetimes on earth, from our ancestors. But they're saying, you've been asking for this. For those of you who have been praying for a change, praying for a transformation, praying for something new, something different, a clearing, a release, a healing, here you go. All of you are receiving that now. You're doing very well. Stay here, stay here. Stay here and allow that space where you are to be all that you know. We're holding that frequency for you. Good. Stay there. I'm feeling right now that there's I feel your I'm going to call it the sacred self. I feel that rising within you. Why? Because we've allowed it. Just like we acknowledge the small self, we're now going to acknowledge the sacred self. Wow, what does that feel like? All of this time, we've been listening to the inner child. We've been healing the inner child. We've been working with our shadow. When's the last time we worked with our sacredness? When's the last time that we just sat with it? Let's work there. Stay here. Just feel into its grace. There's grace here for you today. Grace. What is grace? Grace is unmerited favor. Grace is the favoring of you, and you had to do nothing to receive it. Grace. It's a word of the day for you, for us. Going to allow the grace of the sacred self. This may even be helpful for you to picture your heart as a beautiful pyramid or a temple. Let's do that exercise right now. Picture that. A pyramid, if you will, or a cathedral, or a temple, whatever you like. So we're now looking at it from the outside, but what we're going to do now is approach it. Walk slowly towards it. And right in front of you is a door. You stand in front of that door. You may feel a little bit of trepidation. It's all okay, because this is a beautiful door. What lies on the other side? Even more grace. So, gently push on the door and go in. What do you see? Remember, this is your luminous self that you're entering. This is you. This is what your sacred self is offering you as you enter this beautiful lighted pyramid, or this wonderful cathedral or temple. Pushed on the door and you walked in. And there's this beautiful, beautiful light. Nothing but light, glorious light. You've never seen or felt anything like this kind of expansive space, and all you feel is love. It's all that's here. Yeah. And then in front of you, you see this altar. And upon this altar is what they call a tabernacle. It's basically the Holy of Holies that houses the God, the Godhead, divinity, houses it. So here you are in this temple, in this pyramid that is your heart. Now you're approaching this altar. And there's this beautiful pure gold tabernacle. And it is basically a container, if you will. It's pure gold, very ornate. And it's got a little door on the front of it. And if you dare, as you approach this tabernacle, if you dare, start to open it. However, before we do, let's take a look at, are you worthy to open that door? Because what's inside is something you've never met before, something you've never seen before, something you have never felt before. Because if you did, at least while in body, because if you did, you would have been transformed. You wouldn't need to be here today because you would know you'd be living in that sacred space of unity and love and oneness and constant flow of grace and synchronicity and blessings overflowing. This is what and who your sacred self is that's inside that tabernacle. All right. So let's allow our sacred selves, our conscious mind, if you will, also the subconscious mind, allow yourself to talk to yourself right now and say, am I worthy to open this door and really meet the true me? Can I do that? Will I have to change? Will I become more powerful? We already talked about that. It's scary to be more powerful. It's scary to just let go of my stories because that's my identity. Who will I be then if I meet this sacredness that is the truth of me? Who will I be then? Am I going to walk around the earth and heal people? Am I going to have this capacity to love the whole world? Am I going to cry more at the world's suffering? Who will I be when I meet this, when I allow it in? So this is where we surrender. Stand before this beautiful door, this beautiful tabernacle on this altar before you. It takes your breath away. Just knowing where you're going right now, where you're headed, the beauty that awaits you. May bring tears to your eyes. Here and now. Make the decision to surrender to the unknown, to surrender to just being here, to surrender to being here in this pin dot, this little second, this nanosecond of life that is now. Ooh, good. Take a deep belly breath. Choose. Remember last week we talked about choosing heaven or hell? You can go back to hell, owning your stories, or you can be here, inside this sacred temple, about to open the door of the tabernacle. It's pure light. It's where heaven resides. Everything you've always wanted and dreamed of, striven, anything you've strived for is in there. Health, wealth, relationships, love, self-love, all these earthly things that we want and strive for and beat ourselves up about. All those fears of not being good enough, all the memories of being burned at the stake and ostracized and betrayed and left alone, ready to let it all go. You might want to picture yourself carrying a suitcase or a backpack. You might want to picture yourself pulling a wagon full of big, heavy stones, dark stones. You might see yourself standing here with shackles around your ankles. This is your identity. You're courageous enough to let it go. Here's the key. You want the key to unlock those shackles? Here you go. You want the key to unlocking that suitcase and emptying it? Here you go. You want help taking off that backpack? You want help emptying your wagon? Here you go. This is your moment of decision. Take it or leave it. What will you do? What will you do? Okay, deep breath. Belly breath. Good. It's all okay. You're not alone. It's all okay. So, if you like, as you stand here before this altar with the tabernacle on the altar, if you want to call in your angels for some courage, Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, whoever, or call in your favorite avatar, you can do that right now. We're part of you anyway, because we're ready to open the door and go deeper, higher. And now when you're ready, as you stand before this altar with this beautiful pure gold container, like a box with a door on the front of it if you want. When you're ready, if you're ready, we'll take hold of that little knob or doorknob on the tabernacle and open it. What do you see? What's happening? What are you feeling? I see beautiful, beautiful, brilliant light. You may be experiencing something else. You may be meeting a being that is you. You may be seeing a shadowy figure. You may be seeing an angel. You may be seeing a heart. You might be seeing baskets of gold. You might be seeing pure, dazzling white light, and it shines for you. Whatever you see is for you. It is you. That's you. Mystery solved. Mm-hmm. Where is God? Mm-hmm. Who is God? How do I meet my higher self, my guides? Well, you're here. Beautiful. Just be here and breathe now. This is heaven on earth. Anytime you struggle, anytime there's a relationship issue, anytime there's indecision, anytime there's self-doubt, anytime you're feeling low self-esteem, anytime you just can't connect, come here. Come home. This is home. This is home. This is sanctuary. This is your sanctuary. You can even picture it as a heart beating in unison with yours. this heart that beats for you, the greatest love that you could ever touch. And then all of the distractions, distortions, worries, concerns, and fighting of the ego, they don't exist here, right? Right? In this place is true freedom for self-expression. This is where you can play. You become like a child right here. You have that much freedom right here to be curious, to wonder, to be just in this state of wonder, waking up every day saying, gee, I wonder what kind of magic's going to happen today. Yeah, this right now. This is where you live. Curiosity, playfulness, taking walks in nature and feeling the magic of it that you used to when you were little. Looking up at the sky on a beautiful warm summer day and smelling the fresh air and feeling the sun on your face. When's the last time you did that? Splashing in puddles, going to the beach and watching your footprints in the sand. Releasing all your cares into this space. Okay, here's another thing. Deep breath, belly breath. So they're saying anytime that you feel a tightness anywhere in your body. Now, there's many, many healing modalities. There's many things that we can teach you, and we will. But a good place to start is when you feel that tightness in your body, a pain in your body, a concern, a worry, financial worry, relationship worry, a loss. Come here. Put it on this altar right here in front of the tabernacle. Put it right there and then leave it there. And return to that childlike state of wonder. Gee, I wonder how that's going to be solved because it ain't mine to worry about. It's setting it on before the table of God, my sacred self. And it's going to be solved by that piece and part of me so that I can go through my day, enjoy, being carefree, knowing that I'm safe and everything is okay. The world is a beautiful place. There we go. Many of you are releasing a lot right now. The world is a beautiful place and everything is here to benefit me. Everything is here to help. Everything is conspiring for me. There's no more everything is conspiring against me because that doesn't exist anymore in this place, in your sanctuary. Everything is conspiring for me. And in this place of contentment and joy is where the body is just going to release on its own anything that may have held you bound. Okay. In this space also, you might say, well, what about my ancestors then? What about the collective? Well, by doing this, you're clearing the all. By coming here in this space, meeting, being, breathing with your sacred self. You are the collective. You are your ancestors. And as you clear and heal self, you clear and heal all. Think about that. Look how powerful you are now, huh? Own this. Embrace this. Because this is your unmet self. This is, you hear about the authentic self, being true to the authentic self. No, there's no being true to anything. You're just here. This is the authentic self. This is that higher self. This is the ascension. This is everything that you've been searching for is right here in this little nanosecond of time. You've touched the face of God. Another deep breath. Yeah. Now, in this space, is there anything to worry about? Are you worthy? Huh? All those questions that the ego asks, are you worthy now? In this space, that word doesn't even exist. Are you forgiven now? Well, in this space, that word doesn't even exist. There is no need for forgiveness when everything just is, and you've surrendered it all. You've placed it on this altar, your table in front of your sanctuary, in which lies your sacred self. I'm going to ground you a little bit. Some of us are getting a little lightheaded. Take a break and take a deep breath. Maybe wiggle and open your eyes a little bit. We're going to continue, but we need to ground here a little bit. Here we go. Good job. Good job. So, yourself in this nanosecond of time that is truth, there may be some things going on in your mind, but I did this. I'm not worthy. I did this. It was shameful. I'm bad. And I lost out because I did that. You want a clean slate? Here you go, because in this space, there is no slate. All is erased, because in this space, you're meeting your innocence and your purity, knowing that this body of yours is that temple that houses the tabernacle, sacred self, sacred place where everything's okay. And everything just falls away. Memories pop up, put it on the altar. It's all okay. It's just part of your human experience, but these pains and these things that you've experienced, the worries, the financial issues, they're all just leading you home, right? And now you're here, you are home. Maintain this. Come here often, because once you touch the face of God, there's no turning back. Your life is going to change. You're transforming it right now. Talk about raising your vibration. Here you go. Why? Because you let go of the backpacks. You let go of the handle of that wagon. We emptied it for you. You're doing cartwheels now because you're free. Well, and then we come out of this meeting today and you'll be presented with the world again. Some of you may be struggling with even your sexual orientation or family which you don't fit into, all this judgment. You know what? That starts popping into your head. What do you do with it? You open the door of the tabernacle, you open the door of this pyramid, the temple, and you lay it on the altar. And then you leave it there, okay? This is your new habit. Right now, however, we wouldn't expect much of that to be coming up, because in this place of purity, contentment, and blessing and grace, you've shed a lot today. You've shed a lot today, much like a snake sheds its skin. This dusty old termite skin running with little parasites. You shed all that today. Watch. There's a wonderful thing. Envision yourself now, not as a snake, but in the same way that you've got this skin that's full of dust and parasitic happenings and fears and experiences. Bust right out of it. Watch it just fall off you. Shed it. Let it go. There you go. Walk away. Leave it behind. We'll scrape it up. We'll clean it up. There you go. How's that feel? New skin. There's a saying, you can't put old wine into new wineskins. So you have this new skin, and we're putting new, fresh wine, the breath of life, this new sacred self. that embodies this shell that is you, that holds you, that holds your temple, your altar. All right. All right. So, as you're standing here before the altar, you're going to close the door of the tabernacle, but knowing that you can go in there anytime you want because it is you. There's really no coming and going from it. It really is you, but we're using the metaphor right now to come out of this meditation. So close the door and walk towards the door of your temple, your pyramid that you entered in the beginning. And as you come out, you see a beautiful sunshiny day and birds singing. And there's a fresh breeze in the air. And then you close the door. You take that deep breath and just start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Shake your body if you want to. Just open your eyes when you're ready. And come back into the space with us.